college basketball games, good football games, and everything going on. We're gonna talk about a little bit of everything today, huh?
Could be.
Yeah.
Or we could talk about that NCAA ruling that players can get paid, and then your boy.
Hey, well, hold on.
Okay.
Let's get this show started. What up? What up? I'm Reggie. Welcome to the Sports Spot. We have one of our long-term guests who always comes with us. This is Alonzo, better known as AJ. How you doing today, dog?
Good, man. I'm good.
That's good, man. Glad to have you on the show. Glad to have you back,
Glad
man.
to be here, man.
What up?
I ain't talked sports in a long time.
Ah, well, you know that's what we do on Sports Spot. We love to talk sports.
Yeah.
You know, so in that little intro, man, you got my interest picked kind of good. We're talking about the college athletes being allowed to get paid. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know the rules to it, but I believe in boundaries and perimeters and checks and balances. So I don't think they should just be getting paid like outright, because then it'll get top heavy, and in a couple of schools who can't afford players and stuff like that. But I do think it should be like I said, checks and balances. So I would do this. I would encourage them to graduate.
Okay.
So if they don't go to the pros, I put this money into an escrow account for you, right? And when you graduate, let's say you got a camp here, camp there, you made some money here, you made some money there. Now you got about $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 to start your life with.
Okay.
You're not in debt. So now it's just like your father or your mother, if they was wealthy, giving you a lot of money to start your life with. Then it would encourage graduation. We'd get more people graduating with college degrees and stuff like that. I wouldn't just outright give them money, because now when they, like on a recruiting visit, how does that go? You're asking the coach, like, what can you do for me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I think sometimes money, not sometimes, money almost ruins everything all the time. But now, is it the love of the game? Is that you need a higher education? Is it any of those things matter anymore? Because now it's in college level. What's to stop it at a high school level?
Well, see, my thoughts about this is paying the athletes happens like this. The big schools, the big conferences, their stars, they're going to make money off the jerseys and everything. The historically black colleges, the Marian colleges, the smaller schools. I don't know about Butler. Players may make some money in the basketball and the football front. They may not. But you already have athletes asking coaches, what can you do for me right now?
That's
and then
true.
you're still going to have the one and doneers. You still got the kids come and be done one. I don't know how they're going to structure the rule, but I agree with you. I think it should be some kind of type of escrow where it can be distributed among all the schools. Then there may have to be another little escrow to distribute among all the athletes. Because you know how men's sports got in trouble in the first place by excluding women's sports. Here in Indiana, they talk about girls basketball. Yes, Title IX.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about girls basketball never being played on a Friday night. They have to always do a Tuesday or Thursday or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about that affects their school works, and the boys get the primetime slots. Naturally, the boys' sports going to probably bring in more money than the girls' spot.
Yeah,
but like you said, the Title IX kind of affects it.
Title IX kind of ruins college too, though.
Yeah, it does.
Because I'm starting to notice, like, there's certain groups, and I don't know the groups right now. When I figure it out, I'll make sure people know that take it too far. You give them an inch, they take a mile every single time. So I remember Title IX when I was in college, and it sounded right. It sounded fair. Get the women an opportunity, all this. But now they're using Title IX, not just sports, and everything in college. So now it's like, it's equity and not equality. And equity is a bad doctrine, no matter how you look at it. It's like, you have this many women and this many men, or this many. Like, at the end of the day, like, we don't want to call it a business, but the NCAA is actually a business.
It's a business.
So if the Friday night games are to the slot to who's going to fill the seats up the most.
Exactly.
So if you're like, I guarantee UConn could probably get a Friday night game.
Yes.
But if you like are IU, I'm not going to say IU because my little homie play for IU. Let's say Notre Dame would get a Friday night too.
Who's your little home?
Shayla Boozer.
Oh, I work with her mom.
Oh, yeah,
and I know her dad.
Yeah, Sean.
Yeah. Good people. It's a great family and everything. Shouts out to the Beeler family.
So, you getting a phone call.
Yeah, I'm about to cut that off right now.
So, but if you are just looking like at Florida, or you know what I'm saying, Florida's a big school. Now, are you going to switch the girls and the boys basketball team? I don't know.
Well, I was thinking about towards a high school level for the Friday night. Well, on the college night, sometimes you do get some girls on Friday. It depends on the school, and they do get some TV time. The big programs, the major, like you said, the UConns,
right.
the Tennessees, they get those Friday, Saturday night slots.
So let's use Shayla for instance.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Shayla's junior year, they won state in basketball.
Right.
Okay. So did the boys.
Right.
Boys were undefeated.
Right.
So if you go to a boys game and it's sold out, and then you go to a girls game, which they had like a average season.
Right.
They just went crazy in the playoffs.
Right.
Is it a sexist thing? Because I mean, to base something down to one gender or just a gender thing, it's so many different factors. And I think that's the problem with society now, is that we base things on just because this happened, it has to be that.
Okay.
And it's not that. It's so many different factors that play into this situation.
And that almighty dollar is the big factor.
It should be.
Now I know usually with high school boys basketball and girls, it used to be the JV would play first game and then varsity would play the next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think in some states, I don't remember if I was in Louisiana or Mississippi at the time, I think on Friday night, they have the girls varsity play first, then the boys varsity play. So there's different ways around that dealing on the high school level. On the college level, just paying these athletes, for their jerseys, they need to get something. But I don't know if it's
their likeness.
Their likeness.
Okay.
And I think Jack, they sell so many jerseys. I think LBJ wants to get part of the jersey sales or whatever.
What?
James he's an advocate for college athletes.
He put another Donald Trump move. he had absolutely nothing to do with writing this law, being a part of it, anything. And then at the end, when it's like you can get like this been going on for years.
Yes.
At the very end, he's like, "Come on my show so we can talk like I did it." And then they went on Sports Center. It was like LeBron James does it again, and I'm like, "That's absolutely nothing."
Well, this is smooth.
So you trying to get money off of it?
No, he's not trying to get money. He's just encouraging to play athletes. I think this on your phone ring. Everybody want to call.
Right. So
I think he just wants them to encourage. I think he's pushing the subject.
Yeah, but you don't understand that. See, I don't understand him. He's so like weird to me because he didn't play college basketball. You skipped college basketball and went to the pros, so you don't know these kids are here starving. Blah blah. That wouldn't have been you.
Yeah.
You didn't start in high school. Like shut up. You had a Hummer. You had jerseys being bought. You had all that. So like, what are you talking about? I've dealt with kind of and if you're the best player on the team, it's not the '90s when Jalen Rose was like, I'm getting a pizza and blah blah. Nah, if you're the best player on the team, you're gonna have everything you want all the time.
Yeah.
But to act like, oh well, I mean they gonna get paid and blah blah blah, like stop it, man. Like of course they are, but you really don't know what you're talking about. Then you encourage kids to go to college, and then on top of that, you disrespected every black person on the planet when they dropped that rule and said you have to have a college degree and said it's a racist thing. Why is it racist? You got a college degree, bro?
Yeah,
I do too.
Right.
You got a college degree?
Yeah.
So are you just insinuating that you think black people don't go to college and they got an education?
Right.
Your dumb self. Shut up, man.
Now I see Alabama champion is chiming in. How can somebody have a Facebook name called Alabama champion? That's the most racist thing. I know you're an Alabama Tide fan, but the Alabama Tide are bombs, and they will lose LSU. I know you're not keeping up much with football this year. Alabama is playing LSU this year, and I'm saying go to LSU. I went to Southern University. It's in the same state as LSU, but I hate LSU. Wow. The only time because the money desperate. They give LSU, the flag university, a lot of money. They don't give Grambling and Southern the money that they give LSU.
Well, I can see that.
And when they had the budget cuts, Southern and Grambling they didn't take more money cuts than LSU, but they took a bigger budget hit.
Yeah.
Percentage-wise than LSU.
I can see that.
So I'm saying Alabama Tide, roll over and die. Go LSU. I hope they beat you up by 100. That's what I hope. And the Pacers is not a girls team. Just because you're on that Los Angeles Lakers bandwagon don't mean jack to me. Like I tell everybody, we've been talking a little basketball the last couple of shows.
How do you know he's a Lakers fan?
Because he trolls me on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I know most people that pop up troll me on Facebook.
I'm like, what?
So I usually get them back trolling on this show.
Why did he say the Pacers was a girls team?
Because everybody know I'm a Pacers fan. So yeah. So they give me a hard time.
What I don't understand about the NBA is that it doesn't push the right narrative. They push certain things the way they think is gonna make money. Because last year the Pacers was a perfect team for any superstar to come. It's a good city. It's on the rise. We got a nice stadium. The team is real good. They real centered. Like it's a perfect team to play for. Not one ESPN person says should any superstar come to the Pacers. And I think that's disrespectful because honestly, the Pacers was a perfect. Kawhi could have came here and it'd been a perfect landing spot for him.
Well, I like the guy we picked up out of Milwaukee, Michael Brogdon. He's averaging a double-double. Last night, I was at the game. I think he only had like 14 points, but he had like 12 assists or 10 assists.
Okay.
And he's playing really good. And I like that backcourt when him and Vic get back.
When is Vic get back?
They saying Vic is in December, January, but they don't want to push him back. Okay. They don't want a KD situation where he re-injures himself. So
I think they slow walking.
You thought he still hurt?
I think he tore his Achilles in that game.
Okay.
Like if you seen how he shot the ball and then turned back and looked like somebody kicked him.
Okay.
And that's what they always say.
He sure did, yeah.
And then he looked and he was like, come get me.
He did how that looked.
Right. So I think he tore his Achilles that game. Okay. And I think he came out and he was feeling himself. I think he knew his Achilles was torn.
And he tried to go back in.
And when he went back in, it tried to make him like a what's his name? For New York, the Knicks.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it tried to make him that figure. And it gave him an out from Golden State. I think Golden State bit the bullet. Instead of saying, like he got hurt that game, they took all the heat for his injury. But I think
KD's a little weird to me too. I like his ball plays. He's a great player. But I think he was out of there anyway.
Yeah, he was.
Because the blow up, I think he said it, the blow up with Green. He said they healed the rib. But after that, he felt like, hey, I'm out of here. You know, I think him and Kyrie had plans to play together anyway.
That's the selfish thing I've ever heard in my life. I mean, seriously, like we've all played. Like this is a true story, man. I was in Angola, Africa, and we're playing in the league. We get off the airplane. Everybody's talking crazy. In the middle of practice, he said something to me. I said something to him. He jumps, swing on me. We fight. Boom, boom. We going at it, right? The next day, we had a game. Okay. Every time he's open, I pass him the ball. Right. Like you don't have to be friends to be on the court. So I don't understand this little female, like I don't say, but this little soft little kid mentality to say, Steph Curry didn't really hang with me. Steph Curry got 3 kids, bro. You grown. What is wrong with you?
I don't understand some of these newfound athletes. I'm friends with my team, man. I'm friends with you during all season. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird wasn't friends during the season. Yeah, they respected each other, but they weren't trying to play together. They were trying to beat each other. And now they're good friends now. During the off season, man, we can kick it, we can drink whatever. I understand what you're saying too. To build up the team, some players act like, hey, I got to hang with you 24 hours a day. I don't have to hang with you 24 hours a day.
I never
Matter of fact, you're going to be a man, I'm going to be a man. If I don't agree with something, I'm going to tell you about it. You tell me about it, and we're still going to be friends about it. But you got to air that stuff out.
But we're in an era where feelings mean more than facts.
And you're right. You're right. That's what coaches can't, they get mad. He yelled at me. I think Kyrie gets mad. The coach is yelling at me or whatever,
This is why I can't coach, because if I yell at you and then you be like, quit. So quit. Like, I'm not taking or tolerating anything that's not going to make you a man in the future. And if you can't take somebody screaming at you or you running from words, like it angers me on another level that these kids have the audacity to be like, I ain't my ancestors, I hit you in the mouth. Yeah, right. You run from words. You can't even take things when I say mean things to you. You're looking and searching for safe spaces. So don't act like you're really a gangster because you're not. Like, stop it, man. Like, no, I'm not going. So,
Jose, I saw you trolling me talking about how about the Niners. Who have the Niners played? Nobody.
Well, they
play in Seattle. They
winning.
They win. You got to play who's you got to play. But I pretend. If you're a better and you go to the betting houses and you play sports bookies, take Seattle to beat the 49ers and take the over. That's what I would do. 49ers are going down this week just like New England went down last week.
You know, I'm a Brady fan.
Yeah, I know. What are you going to do when Brady leaves and go? They said Brady's not going to be in New England.
I know. I was retired last year.
Okay, so you still going to be a New England fan or you just going to be a Brady fan?
I like New England. Is Belichick still going to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still riding. I like crap too.
Okay, I'm just checking with you.
I
thought maybe you was gonna pull a James bandwagon fan. You know how?
Well, I'm a Laker fan.
Well, I'm talking about the bandwagon fan. Ain't nothing wrong with being a Lakers fan.
No. I'm not a Laker fan right now. When LeBron came to the Lakers, I was like, I have no team, and I'm only cheering for Steph Curry and Westbrook.
Man, that's kind of hard to bail out on your team because they bring a player there.
I stuck with D'Angelo, Lonzo Ball, Julius Randle. I stuck through all those hard years, watched every single game, watched my team. I'm not going with this guy. I would never cheer for LeBron James.
Well, you know what? I don't think the Lakers are going to be much more than a fifth or fourth seed in first place. First of all, their core is good. But we're going to get into the subject. We were talking about load management with Kawhi. I think load management is going to come into effect with James, and AD's never played a complete season. So I think that's going to affect them. I don't think their bench is all that good. I like Green, even though he starts. Don't Green start?
Kuzma's coming off the bench.
And Kuzma off the bench.
Dwight Howard been killing.
Dwight Howard, he's going to fall off. He's a bum.
Well, you could say
a little twinkle-toe hairstyle on top of that.
I don't know what's going on with that either, but he's been killing. Let's just stick with the facts. He's been killing. That's a surprise to me, too.
Okay.
Right? And then we got Quinn Cook, who's always good with the Warriors off the bench.
Okay.
Avery Bradley, is he starting?
I don't think the Lakers bench is strong enough to compete in the West. You know, there's teams out in the West that I'm surprised that are competing. Let's take Phoenix Suns. My son loves Phoenix Suns.
I knew they was going to be good.
I did not know they were going to be good. I thought it was going to be garbage. Butler had 40 points the other day. Booker, and they beat the Clippers.
Yeah.
And then they came back and beat the Sixers.
Yeah, and Ayton ain't playing. That's another thing. The PEDs
right.
Players already.
Right, he's 25 games. We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, Ayton ain't playing.
And Collins.
And Collins for Atlanta.
Yeah.
But Ayton plays is that center who averaged a double last year, 18 to 10.
Okay.
He's not playing for Phoenix right now.
Okay.
And they're still winning. So I knew as soon as I got Rubio and got a good point guard, and then they got a new coach. What's the dude whose wife died, and everybody was down about it? Monty. Okay. Williams. He's a really good coach. So you got this young black dude down there who can relate to the kids. I mean, that's what they are.
Look, AJ. I know it's a little early and everything. I actually had New Orleans picked to make the playoffs.
I did too.
I think Zion Williams can hurt, kind of affected them. That's why they've been losing a few games. I really think that those young guys are going to step up and want to have something to prove to the Lakers and people who felt like they were traded away.
I think so too.
I know, what are your 8 Western Conference teams do you predict to make playoffs? And I know it's early.
It is.
It's only what 6 games into the season.
At the beginning of the season, I had the Pelicans and the Warriors in it.
I had the Pelicans Warriors in it too.
Neither one of them gonna make it.
Okay.
So right now, I think Houston.
It don't have to be in any order.
Okay. Houston, Clippers, Lakers.
Houston, Clippers, Lakers.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Lucas,
Yes.
Portland.
Denver.
Utah. Here's where it gets tough.
Right now, the way the Suns are playing, you almost got to put them on that list.
I feel like I'm missing a good team. I know I'm missing a good team. Well, we got the Warriors that making it, so.
You got the Warriors and Pelicans not making it.
I don't discount Popovich.
San Antonio, yes.
The Spurs always make it.
Oh, yeah. But the Western Conference is really going to be an interesting thing. I'm really excited about the early basketball games and how good they've been. And I'm really happy with some of the officiating and how it's going. But,
I'm not. Okay. It's like every time LeBron and AD go to the hole, it's a foul.
Mm-hmm.
AD shot 27 free throws in one game. Another thing that shocked me is Harden. Like, I've never liked James Harden, but I respected it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I've never liked this game. I thought he was selfish. I thought and everything they say about Westbrook, I think that about Harden.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm watching them play, if they don't fix this, Harden's going to be the demise of that team. Because it's like it's his program, it's him, but the ball doesn't move because he is so ball dominant.
Have you seen the amount of threes he's missed this year already?
No.
Oh, I'll forget the stack. It's a huge stack. He's missed a lot of threes right now.
I heard he's shooting terrible for you.
Yes, I think they're going to wind up getting it together, though. Just like we said,
I got an inside source that tells me that Westbrook doesn't like D'Antoni.
Okay.
And Harden don't like D'Antoni.
So he's going to be out of there.
I think they're going to get rid of D'Antoni.
Okay.
And the coach is everybody looking at is Mark Jackson.
Yeah. It's time for Mark Jackson to get another shot at
But that'd be different. Because his agent is Rich Paul.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to put a coach in the way of your number one client?
Right.
It's a conflict of interest. This is why I don't, not respect, but I don't like the fact that they're agents. Like it's a conflict of interest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Him having AD created that storm last year.
Well, then you created a storm in Cleveland when they had Tristan Thompson and the Cavs.
And they wouldn't let him play. Yep.
They overpaid for him, I think. Jose, I saw your little comment about the coats on the screen. We're going to be there, okay?
I think the Colts are really good this year. The problem is,
I hate to admit it, the Hall of
y'all
Fame
don't want to
kicker.
give way too many.
I hate to admit it. I hate to. I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh
but
my God.
You can't really give up on him. You kind of hope he just go ahead and resign and let somebody take over.
He's not gonna do it.
I think this is last year back. I think at the beginning of the season he was thinking about it, I think they talked him out of it.
I think he needs to be a bigger man and say, start somebody else, coach.
I would think so. Hey, you know what though? I know you're not watching football, but I'm impressed with Jones, the Giants quarterback, and how Manning has still been a good teammate, even though he's not starting anymore. He hadn't been a disruption to the team. Some players who've won two Super Bowls and stuff.
Yeah, that's hard.
Well, you know, his best years are behind Manning.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to be able to step up and coach the youngs because you're not going to be able to play for. I don't care who you think you are. Well, besides what's the the basketball player that's 40 years old still playing.
Vince?
Yes. Besides Vince, there ain't gonna be too many Vince playing that long.
Brady's over 40.
Yeah, well, you know, Brady's whatever.
What's
Brady.
going on with the Panthers though? And Cam, in this situation.
Cam is on IR for the rest of the season, and I did see a report that Cam Newton. I didn't see it from a legitimate source. I think I saw it on Twitter somewhere where the Denver Bronco fans want John Elway to go after Cam and bring him in to replace Flacco. I'm not impressed with Flacco. I think his best years are behind him too. So
with Elway, I think Cam would be really good.
I think he'd be better than what he is too.
Yeah,
yes.
I agree with that. And Elway built a team around him. So.
But Cam's got to learn to do like Luck. You can't run. You can't take them hits.
Yeah, look
you
at
can't
Lamar
take
Jackson right now.
Yes, Lamar is that's a bad boy.
And look at Mahomes. Mahomes is hurt.
But they don't take it. Yeah, he got hurt though in the Colts game. I think when the offensive lineman tripped over him. I will have to go back and look at that to be sure though. So yeah, Jose.
Did we talk about that? What did Jose say about that?
He says no good teams. I mean, y'all beat big teams and fold against sad teams. Okay, Jose.
You talking about the Colts?
Yeah, he's talking about the Colts.
I'm a Patriots fan, but I ain't gonna let you talk about the Colts like that. Because I like. Is he gonna play this week?
Who? It hadn't been said yet. We're playing the Miami Dolphins. I wouldn't mind him getting back out there. Even though it's the Dolphins, we should be able to beat him without him. But I think you need to get back in the seat. You know, you've been going through this. Just get out there and see what he can do. Because we're already without T.Y. I think that's another reason why we lost to the Steelers. Our receivers were supposed to be one of our strong cards, but Funchess is hurt. Mm-hmm. T.Y. was out. Our tight ends and receivers are gonna have to step up to the plate. You were supposed to be one of our strong points, so let's step up to the plate and make it happen. Now me and you were talking a little college basketball earlier. We were talking about the North Carolina Notre Dame game.
Well, Cole Anthony went crazy. Kid, I seen him play all summer. He was playing at Melo Gym and working out with Melo, playing Melo and Harden and all that 1-on-1. And he was holding his own. Okay. So I'm like, when he goes to college, he's going to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And he came out and had 34 the first night. Okay. So I think he's going to be tough. I hear Memphis is going to be a problem. So I'm cheering for Penny because I think they got.
I think they had the number one draft class or something.
Yeah, I think he got like 5 of the top 100 players in the country. Okay. So I'm cheering for Penny. I heard Michigan State's a problem. My boy's up in Detroit. He's trying to get me to go a couple games up there. And Kentucky's always in the running in Kansas.
Well, those were some good games. And, you know, they had those early season games where 1 played 2 and 3 played 4. Duke played Kansas. I thought that was a great early season game. You know, unlike in football, you can lose early in basketball and still, you know, get a top seed and everything. Yeah. But I love the early excitement in college basketball. I thought the Duke game was a good game. I hate Duke. And I thought the Kentucky-Michigan State game was a good game. I don't care for none of those teams. I'm a home. I like all Indiana's teams, and I like Southern University. But I like good basketball. Yeah. No matter who's playing, you know, I want to see good basketball.
That's interesting you say that because it brings me to like a segue to, I think the CBA and the NBA, the net CBA is going to be traumatic, and they're going to go on strike. And I'm going to tell you why. But those games are set up for big money. You know, Michigan State, you know, Kentucky. Those are big money games. Right. Everybody's watching top 2 teams, whatever. The reason these players are getting these super max deals is because of TV contracts. Oh yeah, right. But when you give the players and the players empowerment, which I think I think it's always should be checks and balances, and I think the NBA is getting softer and softer and softer, and letting these players get away and talk too much. Like it bit them it bit them on the China situation, letting the players be social justice warriors. But now you're giving this low management. You can't put Kawhi versus Giannis for a big money game, and the TV is paying you billions of dollars to get these big games, and then your player decides he just doesn't want to play.
Well, the NBA supposedly looked at his medical reports and agreed with the Clippers on sitting him every game. I don't know how the load management rule works.
You think Ajabu was going to go back on anything with the players?
I don't understand how the load management. I really don't understand. I don't necessarily agree with it. But come playoff times, the Clippers didn't play Kawhi $100 million for a game November 7th. They paid him $100 million to bring a title to the Clippers.
They wouldn't have $100 million if it wasn't for those TV shows.
I agree with you.
Billions of dollars.
But I think they're fans, and I don't agree with it because I think if a kid, begs his parents, to get these high tickets to this game, the player don't play. That's why he starts laughing at James fans because they would come from all over to see him play the Pacers. Mm-hmm. They have a James jersey on, and he didn't play here in like 3 years unless it was a playoff.
You know why he didn't do it? This is why I don't respect him as a man. Mm-hmm. He didn't do it because of Pence dropping the Religious Freedom Act. Okay, so now let's talk about that.
What is the Religious Freedom Act? It was the gay bakery decided that this Christian store or the Christian bakery decided that they wouldn't serve this gay bakery. I mean,
they wouldn't make this
cake. So they was like, we're going to force you, which our civil rights as black people are going to get taken. Because from 1865, you seen Byron Allen talking on the Breakfast Club. It's a civil rights law that was put in 1865 was actually for black people to be more civil and give us opportunities because we were just coming out of slavery and all that stuff. So it's going to get taken because we're allowing every movement and oppressed culture and everybody else use that to push things. So now Pence put a Religious Freedom Act saying basically, if I don't want to serve, if it goes against my religions, which the church and the state is separate, the government has no say in what the churches do anyway. Right. So because he dropped the Religious Freedom Act, which is the law, period, you say you're not coming to Indiana, so you're stepping up for LBGT, right. But when it came to democracy in Hong Kong, I don't think he's educated and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that. So, that surprised me that he spoke out on that.
And he had a week to speak.
It was very. I think he was misinformed on that type of subject.
He wasn't misinformed. Nike talked to him. He's been a puppet by Nike since day one. I told everybody when Michael Jordan said Republicans buy shoes too, I said, why didn't they say Republicans eat Big Macs too, or drink Gatorade too, or eat Wheaties too? It's because Nike told them to make that statement. Okay. And Nike been running LeBron the same way, and they seen the mistakes they made with Jordan and tried to make LeBron the Muhammad Ali type figure, and he's not that, because when it came to standing up for democracy, he didn't say F China and their government. He didn't say F their president. He didn't say anything bad. He said stand for democracy. Oh, he was misinformed. Shut up. You're doing you're selling social justice. You're doing socialism disguised as capitalism disguised as socialism disguised as capitalism. You're trying to make money by pulling on the emotional strings of black people in sports, and you're doing nothing bigger than what the Democrats do to people every day. So you are just a fraud. and that's
we're gonna leave the politics out of it, because I don't think we're gonna agree with Democrats and GOP, because all of it is about the big money anyway.
I didn't say I trust Republicans. I said the Democrats are the ones who I tell girls this, and then I stop. Democrats are the guy who tell you, I love you, I think you're the greatest ever, you're so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. But they're telling 50 other girls that. So they're lying to you and they're cheating, right? But the Republicans are the ones be like,
look, I got 50 other girls. Either you gonna play your position or you ain't. Okay. They're more honest about it, right? But both people are cheating on you. Make sure you know they both ain't nothing. But the Democrats are gonna try to pull your emotions.
Jonathan Bergson, how the hell are you gonna be a Duke fan? I just don't understand.
I hated Duke my whole life.
Man, my son likes Duke.
I like Duke now.
A lot of my friends like Duke. Man, bug Duke. I've hated Duke since Christian Laettner.
That's why I said
the only player I've ever liked. Okay, I'd say two that I've ever liked from Duke was he played for Detroit. Got drafted by Detroit. He was real quiet. His parents had money. Grant Hill. There was another one that got hurt on a motorcycle.
Jason Williams.
Those are the only two players I ever liked. Other than that, bug Duke. Even though they did look good the other day in the
You
game.
like Kyrie? Kyrie didn't play that much.
No, I'm not a Kyrie. I'm not a Duke fan. I'm not a Kyrie fan.
Who else went to Duke?
I mean, he's a great basketball player. I give props to Duke, but I'm not that kind of fan. Now that guard from Kentucky, he balled out last night too. The other day.
He sure did. Jason Williams talked about
Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
He was a hell of a ball player.
You see that kid from Kentucky killing in Miami right now?
No, I didn't.
Tyler Hero.
Yes.
He is out there getting buckets.
Yes.
What do you think of the rookies right now?
Which rookies, first of all?
NBA rookies.
Man, it's. I need to see a little bit more game sample, to see. I hadn't seen Morant play yet, so
he gave Kyrie 30.
But he was gonna be nice, so yeah. I'm about to check out some of these rookies. The only one I saw is because I'm a Pacers fan, is Gordot and some of the others. I like some of the players that Charlotte had the other day. Graham. And they had another player that was pretty good. I don't think they're rookies, but they've been balling out for Charlotte, even though Charlotte doesn't have the record to show for it. So, we have anything else we need to talk about? Tom Slick Studio. Tom didn't have a blooper today, y'all. Let's give Tom a hand.
Does he have a blooper?
Oh, man, he had bloopers, man. We may have 5 bloopers in one show. But, hey, we appreciate you, Tom. Tom Slick Studios. Great job. You got any closing thoughts?
What's going on this weekend?
LSU Alabama is the biggest thing they got going on this weekend.
And you said who you said?
And did we talk load management? We did not really dig. Hold on, Tom, before you cut us off. Let's talk load management on NBA players.
Well, we kind of did. Well, I don't agree with it. I think we did kind of talk about it, like how you step into these superstar moments because these games are based on. It's funny how the NBA has it going all year because they allow their players to be on Twitter and do all this stuff. So, and then the off seasons, all those trades and everything. So you would think the NBA makes way more money than the NFL, but the NFL makes almost like 5 times more money than the NBA. So you do all this, and then you have these big games and these big matchups that you want to see: Giannis versus Kawhi, LeBron versus Kawhi, LeBron versus Giannis, Steph versus Harden. And you want to see these big matchups, and then you give the players the option to do load management, and they just do it because they don't feel like playing, and nobody calls them out from running from competition. It's like, imagine Jordan saying, "Man, I ain't playing Magic tonight." That's just not gonna happen.
Well, these athletes run from competition now. Why do you think all these super teams got formed? They would rather play with you than against you.
I agree.
I never heard Charles Barkley say I want to play with Jordan, even though he never won a ring. I never heard Patrick Ewing want to play with Akeem Olajuwon. You never saw stuff like that, unless they were drafted to that team or traded to the team.
Barkley did go play with Olajuwon.
Did he play with Olajuwon? I know he went to the Phoenix. Yeah, he did play with Houston. Yeah. I thought he went to play with Clyde Drexler.
That was him. He played with Clyde, Olajuwon, and Barkley. They all played together.
Okay, I take that back.
But they was older.
Yeah, because Karl Malone went to the Lakers, so did the glove. So, yeah, you had it somewhat, but they were on the back end of their career. They weren't in the prime of their career when they did it.
Did you see that Anthony Davis said he would come back to Chicago?
I saw that.
And see, the thing is that he could very well do that, but we don't know how he's feeling. At the beginning of the season, LeBron was like, we're going to make it all about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis had 40 and 20.
Yeah.
He started getting MVP chance at Staples Center. He hasn't had 30 cents. LeBron has shot more shots than him every game after that.
Well, you know what? There's game film on him now in the Lakers. This is the first time James and AD played. I really believe that game film and teams preparing for players, you can form a little bit of a game plan against them.
It's been game plans against them. They have film on the whole time. Now, both of them know, but now LeBron's running point. LeBron is making it about LeBron now. And it's taking the other players out of rhythm. But we'll see. We'll see. I think they will be a 1 or 2 seed because of all the injuries in the West.
Okay.
But I think we'll see.
I don't have them as a 1 or 2. I have them like a 4th or 5th seed.
They 6-1 now.
Yeah, but it's long season. 78 games left.
And they have the easiest schedule the first 25 games.
So we'll see.
But that won't be called out by ESPN. they just want to be like, LeBron's MVP.
Hey, I appreciate you coming out, man. Smooth with the 5-0s will be back. Bo that don't know, that think he know, he'll be back. And the First Lady Michelle, she'll be back. We'll see y'all next week. Tom Slick, take us out of here.
Why does Smooth have 5 O's?
Hey, I take an O every time you miss an episode or something.